Guys, I'm just coming in, scooping in. I want to do the 10,000 hours. So many things. One thing I want to do is porn and live porn. So things that I've used are OnlyFans, Pornhub, Chatterbait, an adult DVD Empire, and those are dope sites. One thing I've been wanting to get into is the Glory Hole Secrets. The Glory Hole Secrets is mad, like, it's like goat shit, like GOTY shit, and it's just something, that I wonder is why porn gets old so quick. I try watching porn and live porn. I watch Chatterbait mostly, and it's like OnlyFans, but I don't have enough money to keep bracking on OnlyFans like 24/7. So this is sort of like me spending time quarantining from porn just because I can't afford the best porn. And like obviously, if I had that much money for porn, I would head over to Sherry's Ranch in Nevada and just get laid as much as I want. It could even be as little as I want. It's just so crazy. Like I try to study porn and sex, but I'm just so busy doing other things at the end of the day that even that stockwork gets stockpiled at the bottom of my to-do list. It's like if you want to argue with like ignorant people all day or play video games, which one do you want to do? Well, unless you're like start taking a break from the games for no reason, you might just be upset that you don't have every game, and you're gonna end up buying every game, and need more and more games no matter what happens. It's the most awkward thing about everything in video games, even food, because you'll get fat. If you eat food, and the weird thing about food, and this is an opportunity to get to know me, is that I have like this crazy like joke. That isn't it really a joke, but more like dead ass. I think that it's like a cruel joke of people that put fat on people just because they eat a lot, as sort of like a form of gossiping and stereotyping, and it's because of the way that we die, that we're gonna die and go nowhere, like we're not going to heaven or hell or anything. And it's because of some like Scientology, how Jesus Christ died and was brought back for a little bit and then sent back to quote unquote heaven. It's like that form of torture, that there will be people who stay on earth and be young forever after they die and be able to take form of whatever age they want. That is what's going to happen when we die, is sort of like a mockery of that, where people make the ultimate decision to keep people deceased for the rest of their life and either sacrifice themselves or torture us from the grave, or come back for at least a little just to torture us from the grave for the rest of their life. And what I think of that is so weird, because I can't just come up with everything that I have to say on that. It would be like being the guy who wrote the Bible, because to be honest, we're going to be tortured and slaves to the people who live in the future. Our future, like ancestors, our future offspring, and our offspring's offspring. Whoever doesn't have offspring, theirs. And it's sort of like a connection between that families are going to survive each other and then sacrifice each other, ultimately, because human beings are sort of so fucked up that this was going to end up happening. So, and what happened is that seeps into my personal life a lot, and I end up rambling about it and ranting about it, because sometimes schizophrenia is like a stereotype, and what's happening with Kanye is so real. He wants out of a lousy marriage, and everybody who's into gossip and stereotype will try to keep them two together no matter what, and try to stay out of the mental health facility themselves, and they'll end up going through divorces. And that's what Kanye is being, is like the guy who leaves that ugly ass girl. And what do you think the guy wants to do? Is get away from domestic violence and domestic abuse, and guess where he's headed to if he gets into another relationship? Right into the next thing. And sort of building up on all my crisis shit, because that 20-year-old guy who died in Revere Beach in front of the ice cream shop is just that, like the example of how we all are victims of torture. And it goes into other things that aren't necessarily religion, but just backed by religion, even in an awkward way, because people do that church shit for income, and they're gonna shut you the fuck up if they don't like you, and it's because they save money. And if they don't save money, that's just how they are. They're bracking. Anyway, good night, world. I'm gonna give you other videos if I feel like it. Otherwise, I might just get back to doing me, and I'm so fucking hungry, yo. Crazy.